another Python tutorial. So in this Python tutorial I've been requested by a subscriber to do a video sort of collecting the results of, say, my number game. I'm not sure in regards to what he's doing, whether he's doing something similar. But as you can see, we're back with the number game, and we're going to carry on from that. So I actually had multiple versions of it, so this may actually be the other version. I'm not sure because they're both in the same file and both named similar names, but that's fine because they both do exactly the same thing and have exactly the same code, maybe just a few different variables here and there, or this function named game loop instead of main loop. But anyway, let's get into it. So first we want to import OS because we're going to be using that to check for the file existence and whether it exists. So we're going to go down, we're going to go running equals true. Now I found that this was a problem in regards to here where we had a while loop, running equals true, and now that won't work while running is equal to true because it can't for some reason grab this global variable here. So to get that we need to go global equals not global equals, global running, and that globalizes this variable here and means that we can use it outside. Now the expression can be simplified, but I found that using break it's a small issue in regards to whether it actually does jump out of the loop or not, or whether it runs around one more time or runs around two more times, for example. Because I can continue hitting N when it asks for it and it won't quit the game for some reason, but I found that this way would fix it. So running equals false down here then. Now that we've fixed that issue, we also want to make it return, just so once it's finished it returns from the function. Now what we want to do is we want to create a games history list. So we've got a list there for games history. That's going to store all the history of our games, so how many guesses they did, what the guesses were. I don't think I actually saved what the correct number was, but I can change it to that pretty easily. So if results.txt in os.list dir full stop. So full stop gets from your current directory, so that's going to check the directory that your Python file's in. If equals open results. Sorry, I need to go like this. Results.txt in read mode, and then I want to go loaded equals f. Then I want to go f.close. So that's going to close the file and make it accessible later on. Now for items in loaded, I don't need that. We're going to iterate over them. We're going to new list, which is equal to items.strip, and then we're going to strip off the /n because that's going to get rid of the line break in our results and chuck them into a list. So games underscore history equals dot append, and we're going to append new list to it, and that's going to create our history from our previous saves. Now that is going to be an error in regards to if there's no No, it's just because this is an if statement, so it's not always defined. But that's fine. That's, yeah, no, I guess we can go like this if we really need to. Alright, so that does that. Now, moving on from that, we need to like look at a way of saving it to a file. So we've got we gotta start some variables, right? So we got guesses, which is going to be the number of guesses they've taken. We've got their guess, which is going to be a list of their guesses, what they guessed. And that's all we need, really. So now what we want to do is, once we get into the loop after they've made a guess, here say, we want to go guesses plus equals 1, and guess dot append user guess, and that will get how many guesses they've had, what their guesses were, and put them into a list that we can use later on. Now in the case that they get it successful and win, we want to go games history dot append, and then we want to work out what format we want it in. So we're going to chuck it inside a tuple. We're going to go number of guesses plus string of guesses plus guesses and plus string of the list guess. Now I think I can actually take it out of that maybe. Alright, and we also want at the starter here num, because, or string of num, because that's what we're currently guessing to try and work out whether we're getting right. And we want to know what the correct result is, right? Alright, so now that we've done all that, we can go ahead, go to the bottom of our code. In here we can go if equals open. We will open results dot txt. I need to put brackets or commas around that. Oh. Then we'll open it in write mode with a W. For I in games history, we want to f.write. Now I've tried it with write lines, but I can't quite get that to work. So I'm doing it this way, as this is the way that I can do it as well. So we've got the string of I, and then we want to add on /n, because that's going to break the line in the text file. Now I is just whatever the result in the game history is, and then we can go ahead and close the file. Alright, so that should theoretically work in regards to getting the history from the thing. So let's go ahead and test this. I will go down to my command line in the bottom. Okay, there's one last thing that I've realized I haven't done, and that's up here. I used loaded equals f. I just didn't even do anything. It's supposed to be read lines, and that will read the lines as a list. So we can go ahead and run this now. Alright, so now we have what we want our max number to be. So we're going to go with 10, because that's reasonably easy. Guess 5, too high. So we need to go say 2, too low. So it's 3 or 4. 3, it's 4. Okay, so that's how, those are our 4 guesses, 5, 2, 3, and 4. We can play again, yes. The max this time can be, say, 15. We'll go with 7, too low, so it's between 7 and 15. Let's go with 11, too low, so it's between 11 and 15. Let's go with 13, too low, so it's 14 or 15. It's 14. Alright. Let's play one more time. What would like the next number to be? Let's go with 100 here to get a few guesses in. So let's go 50, too low. Let's go 75, too low. Let's go 82, too low. 90, too low. So it's between 90, 95 and 100. Let's go with 100. Too high. So it's between 95 and 100. I mean, that speaks for itself. 98. Too low, so it's 99. There you go. Alright, and now we won't play a game. And I'll say goodbye and it'll end. Alright, now, what we want to do is we most likely want to check the results.txt now, don't we? So you can see here, we've got our 4 games. The correct number was 4, the correct number was 14, the correct number was 99. Number of guesses for the first one was 4, number of guesses for the second one was 5, number of guesses for the last one was 8, and here are all our guesses in a list. Now, I know that you wanted it the subscriber that requested this wanted it so he could put it into MATLAB to graph it. Now, I'm not sure how he wants it graphed or whatever, but I'll leave that up to him because I'm not even, I don't know how to use MATLAB, but there are ways to do it in Python, I believe, where you can make it plot it for you, but this works for getting your results how you'd probably want it, and so yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Alright, hello there guys. You've obviously made it to the end of the video, so you've obviously enjoyed it or had to watch the whole thing at least. So if you could consider subscribing, that would be a great help to my channel. If you have any suggestions for future videos, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Like the video to show your support to me so that I can know whether you like the content that I'm making. And yeah, hope to see you in the